Hello and welcome back to Tresco Abbey Garden, and thank you for joining me. It's been a rather wet and windy month here on the Isles of Scilly, definitely making up for the lack of rainfall we had in February. The garden is officially open and visitor numbers are slowly rising, which is just great because there's so much to be seen. But if you haven't had a chance to visit, come with me now for a recap of all that's looked good over the past month. Let's go. This spectacular looking plant is Hardenbergia violacea, or the purple coral pea, and is endemic to Australia. It's a climbing subshrub to about 2 meters and produces this mass of gorgeous purple pea-like flowers, each with a pair of green flecked white eyes at the centre of them. It's hardy down to around about -5, but prefers a sunny, sheltered south or westward facing wall to climb up, and just looks the part sprawling over this structure on the middle terrace. This vibrant looking shrub is Genista maderensis, or Madeira broom, and in its native habitat can make an evergreen tree to about 6 meters, but rarely grows above 2 here in the UK. Now it's a great addition to the collection here as it self-seeds and spreads so readily and just takes centre stage in the garden at this time of year. You can see it's covered in these remarkable rich yellow flowers that have this fruity, almost tropical scent to them. This is the incredible pride of Madeira, or Echium condicans. It's a shrub that will grow to 2.5 meters and produces these mesmerizing blue flower heads, which are both long-lasting and adored by pollinators. Unfortunately, it's not fully hardy, so in colder parts of the country will need protection in the form of horticultural fleece, but it's well worth giving it a go for these truly amazing displays. This is Polygala myrtifolia, or the myrtle-leaved milkwort. It's a native to South Africa and in ideal conditions can reach heights of 4 meters. It's a typical pioneer part of the fynbos biome, meaning that it's an early colonizer of land scorched by wildfires. It spends most of the year covered in these rather attractive mauve sweet pea-like flowers. It is in fact distantly related to the pea and bean family and shares the same piston-like pollination mechanism. Here we have Lampranthus aurantiacus, or the orange ice plant. It's one of the earliest flowering succulents in the garden and is a rather spirited little fellow with its blazing orange flowers that open and close with the passing clouds. It's another native to South Africa and thrives in sandy, poor soils and coastal environments, and is hardy down to around about -5. This joyous little flower is Freesia refracta, or the common freesia. It's a native to South Africa, to the Western Cape province, but has become widely naturalised in parts of the Mediterranean and Japan. These tubular flowers carry the intoxicating scent of jasmine and citrus, and it's just one of the reasons that it's so popular as a cultivated cut flower. It just loves conditions here at Tresco, regularly self-seeding in the rocky beds and dry stone walls. Here we have Piper excelsum, or kawa kawa. It's endemic to New Zealand and makes a tree to around about 6 meters. You can see these bright green erect flower spikes on the plant, currently each one covered in hundreds of minuscule flowers, which will eventually swell and become bright orange as the seeds develop. I particularly like these chocolatey brown, swollen stem intersections and the peppery fragrance to these glossy, heart-shaped leaves. It's closely related to the popular houseplant peperomia, and even more closely related to Piper nigrum, the plant that gives us the black peppercorn. Beside me is the small-leaved cowfay, or Sophora microphylla. It's endemic to New Zealand and makes an evergreen tree to about 8 meters. It has this lush dark green foliage which provides the perfect backdrop to these brilliant yellow flowers, which go on to create rather peculiar looking seed pods. The seeds themselves have hard outer coatings which may require treatment such as scarification before they will germinate. It makes a fairly hardy plant as well. It can withstand temperatures down to -10, doesn't mind a little bit of drought, and will grow happily in a pot out on the patio. Well worth a try. This is Brachyglottis repanda, or the bushman's friend. It's an evergreen tree native to New Zealand and grows to about 5 to 7 meters. You might not believe it, but this is in the same family as the sunflower and has these smoky plumes out at the moment that carry a kind of sweet scent to them. And that's not the only merit. The underside of the leaves are paper white, and if you dry them flat, you can write on it, put a stamp on it, and send it as an alternative to a postcard. Well, that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for joining me today, but please do come back, as I can guarantee you the coming months will be a mass of subtropical splendour. Until then, goodbye.